Welcome back. If you're watching this one, hopefully you've seen the product rule video, and good on you, you survived that one, and you're up for the challenge of the quotient rule. Now, just like with the product rule where we had two functions multiplying each other and trying to find the derivative, the quotient rule helps us if we have a function that we could write as two other functions being divided by each other. So in this case, u divided by v. So that's our original function. The quotient rule tells us that the derivative of f of x can be found by going v times u dash subtract u times v dash all over v squared. Okay, now where I've written v and u, that means the formula, also the equation for v and the equation for the derivatives of u when I've got the dashes. Okay, so you'll see it written a little bit more complex. You can write it in your, if you have y in terms of x, you could write it as y equals u over v. So then dy dx would equal v times du dx minus u times dv dx all over v squared. Okay, so let's have a look at an example. Let's say we had a function f of x equals to x all over x plus 5. So we could write that as, in this case, let u equal x. So u can equal x, so therefore u dash is just going to be 1. V can equal x plus 5, so v dash is also going to be 1. So when it comes to finding our derivative, we go v, which is x plus 5, times the derivative of u, which is 1, subtract u, which is x, times the derivative of v, which is 1, all over v squared, so x plus 5 all squared. So we get x plus 5 minus x all over x plus 5 all squared, and we can tidy up the numerator for that one. X's will cancel off, so we get 5 on x plus 5 all squared. Nice, neat little example. Just because I'm feeling adventurous, let's look at a harder one. Let's look at, now, don't want to bite off more than I can chew here. Let's go f of x equals the square root of x plus 3 all over 4 of x, or 4x. So I always start, I write my u's and v's. U is the square root of x plus 3, which is x plus 3 to the power of a half. And v is 4x, so the derivative of u, right, we're using a bit of chain rule in here inside it, but we multiply the half out the front, x plus 3, drop the power down by 1, and then we have to multiply it by the derivative inside the bracket, which thankfully is 1, so times that all by 1. So then I end up getting a half times the 1 over the square root of x plus 3, so that's going to be, that's going to be 1 over 2 square root of x plus 3. Look at that. Then v dash is just going to be 4. So let's go to our quotient rule. Derivative of f of x, we're going to have v times u dash minus u v dash over v squared. So that's going to equal, let's put in what we've got, x plus 3, which is the square root for u, and then v dash is 4, so times it by that, which I've done wrong already, haven't I? Thanks for stopping me. Should have been v first, 4x, times u dash, which is a half, or 2x, so it's x plus 3 in the square root down the bottom, isn't it? And then a minus u, which is the square root of x plus 3, multiplied by v dash, which is 4, and then it's going to be all of that divided by v squared, which is 4x all squared. So how do we tidy that up? We have 4x, oh yeah, 4x times x plus 3 to the negative a half. We've also got the 2 there, don't we? So that's going to divide that by 2. And that's going to be all over 16x squared my infinite pages I can scroll across here, minus 4x plus 3 to the half. Can I tidy that up? I can divide all it. There's 2's, we'll cancel off. And don't have an x in that term, that's fine. So I could write that as, that'd be x time, or x on root x plus 3 minus 2 root x plus 3, which I can write as over 1. So I'm going to try and do all of that divided by my 8x squared. Don't forget about that. There must be a nice, easier way of tidying this up, but let's go down this rabbit hole. Times, I'm going to rationalize the denominator there, so I'm going to times those both by square root 3, and which would give me root x plus 3, and then that would, so that's still x, so that's going to be minus 2 lots of x plus 3's, which is going to be x minus 2x minus 6, so that would be minus x minus 6 all over x plus the root of x plus 3, and that's going to be divided by 8x squared, which is the same as timesing it by 1 over 8x squared. So they end up getting 8x squared on the bottom there as well. So there's my derivative. How nice and easy was that? Okay. All the best. You'll need it.